Indepth Radio. Distance and Darkside present Indepth Radio.
Hello, Indepth Radio fans.
Episode 2, Series 2.
It's episode 2, series 2.
It is.
This is a big stomper.
What a track to kick off with, eh?
Out to the D Operation drop.
And I'm not sure if we can say where this is forthcoming, but it is forthcoming on a label.
It is, yes. Track entitled Enka. This one will definitely loosen the bow.
So what have you been up to then, Gregory?
What have I been up to? I had a gig in Vienna.
How cold was that?
It wasn't that cold actually.
Oh.
No, similar, on par with London actually. But no, wicked show. It was 4 years of Bass Trace, Icicle the Bass Trace gang.
Yeah, wicked crew.
I believe you were there for the third year bash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the Pokes behave himself?
He did. They were all knackered because they'd all they did the submission night in Bristol the night before.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're all
Tame.
indeed. What you been up to?
Well, I'll tell you what I haven't been doing. I haven't been running. I've got a marathon in 3 months. So that's what I haven't been doing. Not a
Well, why
lot.
would you?
It will be my last one. So for those who don't know, I'm about to do my 10th London Marathon in 10 years, and it will be my last one.
That's crazy.
I'll get that medal, mate, and that is it. Then I'm not even going to hang my shoes up. I'm going to throw them away.
I thought you should just walk it.
I did last year. It was the hottest one ever. So up next, we've got something brand spanking new again from AXH. Looking forward to this one. And this one, I believe, is forthcoming on Boca.
Entitled Take a Number, Baby. Any number.
I've said that a few times. Just take my number, please.
I'll just give them fake ones.
I've been given fake ones before. Text it next day, it doesn't go through.
Cruel. Just heartless women out there.
Right, lace up them boots for this.
Indepth Radio.
Never be lonely, Never be lonely,
So we've got loads lined up again this episode.
And we appreciate everyone sending their beats as always. And if you want to get us music, indepthradiouk@gmail.com.
So load us up. And a good example of that is the next track we're about to play, is fresh out of the email inbox. Ooh. Coming up, we've got an interview with man like Icicle.
Largen up, I see every time.
So if you're looking for the track list of each episode, head over to our Instagram, Indepth Radio, nice and simple. You'll find the listing right there. Should we get into this next one?
Please do.
This one, Tribal Dubs. Dish the Dirt is the title. Check it out. And this one's due for release 21st of February 2019. 2019, can you believe that?
It's insane.
Damn. I remember when 2020 used to seem so far away. It's like, well, it's not.
Yeah, we just, Supposedly we're supposed to have a drop coming soon.
Yo, this is Cimm, and my banger in the bag is Rezo, The Essence. Big tune.
Yes.
Nice one, Cimm, for this banger in the bag.
Big up, fella. Still EQing that snare, he is.
That did make me laugh. He's a funny dude. Don't ever want to upset him though, because you've seen no memes he used to do.
That's it, mate. He will slate you with the imagery. Ooh. Hold tight, Rezo. Didn't realise he was back in the game.
Yeah.
I thought he was. Last time I heard of, or not heard of you, but last time I heard music he was making, it was his album for Hospital Records, drum and bass team.
Wow. Remember he was up on Get Darker TV, like episode.
Maybe he was like, I just can't live with myself. 140's in there, I know it is. Maybe he's just broken out like Hulk. I'm back 140 again.
Back. A lot of people doing it now, aren't they? They're not calling it dubstep, they're calling it 140.
True. Yeah.
Our times
Sounds like a
change.
drug, doesn't it?
Yeah, 140.
Right then, so what you got for me next?
So up next, we've got something from Photo Sound. Shouts to Beth. And this one's from Man Like Fish.
Track entitled Signal.
So we premiered this over on the Get Darker channel last week. Big track.
Heavy.
So check out the Photo Sounds compilation. Some great music on there. It's that Bristol lot again, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're always up to something.
Behind the string.
Sneaky.
There's an intelligence that knows all. know they're out there, don't you?
Big rhythm.
Heavy.
Right, into something else. This one's brand spanking new.
I've not heard this.
Terror Rhythm, beautiful track. I need those alarms. This is not 140.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, it might be. I don't think it is.
No, slower.
More like 120. Clacy Jones on the buttons. Valentino's Demise, Terror Rhythm. Check it out.
Lovely track.
Told you. Nice. Terrorism bringing more of that. I don't know what he labels it.
I don't know. It's like
Wave.
Yeah.
Big track. Right, in something else brand new.
The Stereo Ripe.
Defiance is the title. Now this is fresh out of the inbox as well. Something brand new.
Not heard of this guy? Is this a new guy to your ears?
Absolutely.
Could be a new artist to your ears too.
Right then, so this episode of Indepth, we are catching up with our good friend Icicle. What's happening, brother?
Easy, man. All good over here, man. How are you?
Yeah, man, not too bad. Well and truly past Christmas now. Back into work mode. How about yourself?
Yeah, same man. I mean, I've gone dry January and I'm going to keep it up. I've been working out, I've been writing music, starting 2019 on a cliche, but it's feeling really good, man.
Well, anything that can benefit your health has got to be a good thing. I know Darkside tried to do a dry January, but I'm not sure he succeeded with that one.
To be fair, I would put money on it, he didn't.
So I believe you've got a new EP coming out on your Entropy label. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that? Because there's some collabs on there as well, isn't there?
Yeah, man. I got an EP coming. It's going to be released on Beatport exclusively the 15th of Feb, and then all other platforms 1st of March, called Turn EP, and it's like a 4-track drum and bass EP. It features a track with Perez as well. It's a tune called Cycles. And yeah, it's just basically, I've just gone back to like the old dirty rollers, really simplistic, somewhat old school, and just like sort of straightforward, dirty bass lines, ugly rollers, It's felt really good to do that. And maybe people were waiting for that a bit as well. So, I'm quite excited about it.
So, how do you feel about drum and bass at the moment? Like, do you still find it very fresh and exciting? Is there still artists that are coming along that are bringing new ideas and keeping it interesting?
Yeah, it's always hard to stay excited fully and all the time, about a genre you've been part of for so long. I've been doing it now for 12 years, I guess. But there's definitely like new kids that are doing some really cool stuff, like a lot of Italian guys, like Wasabi and Synthetics, and like I like Monty, like Simple Rollers. It's really doing it for me at the moment. Nevertheless, I've definitely struggled a little bit in my sort of keeping the faith. I've been doing techno under a different alias a lot. That's really sort of like helped me sort of soothe my soul. But otherwise, last year I just toured a bit too much. I did like a couple of months in a row where I did 10 shows plus. And like after that, I really didn't love it anymore for a while. I was just a bit overworked. So I took it a lot easier. In December, I didn't take any shows as Icicle. And now I'm doing like a nice sort of one a week. And I really find that helped a lot. That together with sort of me trying to go back to more simplistic kind of dark rollers, that's definitely sorted it out a bit more. I feel like I'm going like, what do I want, and stop caring whether it sells, whether it will sell well or anything like that, and just sort of just go really try to go close to what I believe in within the music. But yeah, definitely wobbles from time to time, and just trying to deal with that. I think that's kind of obviously being part, what being an artist is about as well. So, just struggling to fight the emptiness, as we all are, I'm sure.
But yeah, speaking of different ventures, you also, you've gone back and I know you've been producing some 140 again. I know you sent me a few tracks. I think it was last year you sent me a little folder. I've been playing some of them for quite a while now. But which leads nicely to the fact you've got an EP, a 140 EP coming out on Century. How did that come about? Obviously, I know you're super tight with Dan. When's that coming out?
Yeah, I don't know. At some point last year, I thought dubstep is so unpopular, it's got to be hip to make it again. Like, how can it not be? No, but like in seriousness, I just kind of missed it. Drum and bass had that sort of period a couple of years ago where it was open because of halftime, and then it became open to dubstep, and I could incorporate that into sets, and I had a really good time with that. But that closed up again a bit. I found the crowds, they wanted more harder taking drum and bass, and after a couple of years of not really playing that much dubstep or writing that much, I just really missed it. So, I just did a bit again. And I did it especially with the sort of ethos of just writing them quick. Like if after 2 or 3 hours, I don't have like something with like identity or like, a face, then just delete it and try again. Not try and hide behind production quality, just keep on polishing it until it's, sparkly, but, it's still a shit idea. So kind of with that type of ethos, I wrote like a bunch of tunes, sent them to Dan, and he's just like really excited. He's definitely on me to put them out, and it's really cool. It's like really doing it justice. I think it's going to be like a nice package. 4 tracks. It's called Raising the Dead EP. It's going to come out, I don't know the exact date yet, but I would say early March or mid-March. Vinyl as well, of course. And all tracks, I think they have leanings to like both like sort of the more '07, like, you know, the early days of like the heyday of dubstep, if you want to call it that. But, you know, also techno and definitely just kind of, you know, the merger of that, you know, where dubstep was nice and organic still, and you know, techno, which I really love, and sort of try and in between there, try and come up with some music that has some identity. It's been really fun, like really fun. Just gave me, just a bit of, you know, it's just a nice break of trying to write drum and bass stuff and whatever else. And every time still when I write dubstep, I feel like I can merge my two sort of musical kind of main interests, drum and bass and techno. You know, dubstep I've always found lies in the middle, and yeah, I missed it, you know, so I really want to keep doing it when I can.
Oh man, that made me chuckle, that first bit you just said then. But yeah, it's a really good package of tracks. I think you can definitely hear your influences from or you know, your love for techno in it, plus yeah, like you said, a reflection back to kind of like the 2007 2008 era of dubstep. So no, it's a wicked package. For like people that listen to this who are produced or interested in producing, you know, do you approach making these different sounds in a different way, or do you just approach everything in the same way? Like you said, how you just try and bash out an idea in like a couple of hours, and if you're not into it, you just move on. Is that the same for drum and bass and for when you're making your techno?
Yeah, it's interesting because you know, now I really feel like I work the same. Whatever I write, my approach is the same, the tools that I use are the same. But when I first started with it, and when I've sort of branching out, so when my drum and bass was kind of what it was, but you know, I was still learning my techno or dubstep, I found, you know, like there's such differences to, especially the dynamics, you know. I think that's where you focus on, like where techno it's about pulse and rhythm, where drum and bass is just about low end weight, and so is dubstep. But it doesn't have to be. Dubstep can be either. Dubstep can also be punchy and rhythmic if you want it to be, you know. so that crosses over and can use both sort of approaches. But I mean, in terms of you know what I'm using, really, I think especially in the last year and a half, I've just gone a lot more to hardware, where I always had some and I always messed around with it, and it was just for fun, really, never really making any kind of critical difference in my music. But you know, especially because of techno and doing live techno stuff, I needed like drum computers, you know, and more playable synthesizers. So I started using them as a result anyway, and you just get so much character out of that, and different characters as well. Like on my drum and bass EP, there's a track called Turn, and all the bass is made with my modular synthesizer, and it's just raw and nasty, and it just has a type of modulation that, you know, within the box you could potentially recreate maybe, but it's just very complex kind of distorted harmonics that you get that way. And that search and just messing around really is just something that really draws me back to the studio and makes me have fun in there, and it's a big part of, you know, self-motivation. But yeah, I mean, like in terms of, you know, I'm still working in Ableton. I'm still, you know, like relying really heavily on FabFilter stuff and Native Instruments stuff. You know, that will never change. I think that will just be the building blocks of like, you know, just the kind of the main tools of me making music. But yeah, I'm definitely branching out and looking for different devices, and especially modular. That's really caught me now. And, you know, I'll never be rich a day in my life again because all my money's going into that. So yeah, sort of that.
Well, thanks, man. It's been great chatting to you. For everyone listening, make sure you go and check out Icicle's forthcoming music, the stuff on Century and on his label Entropy. Yeah, man, we'll catch up soon.
Awesome, dude. Well, thanks very much for having me. It was a lot of fun talking about, you know, my wobbles. And yeah, as I said, thanks for having me on. Shouts to all the listeners, and big up, man.
Yes, thanks again for speaking to us, Mr. Icicle. And this one, forthcoming on his Century EP, on the Day of the Dead EP, and this one is entitled Shout Me.
Century 009.
Hold tight, youngster. Oosh. This one. Big.
Oosh, oosh. That's gonna be a new thing now. You started that. Oosh.
Oosh. It's from, what's his name, isn't it? Celebrity Juice. Keith Lemon. He was going, oosh.
So much good new music out and about right now, isn't there?
Exciting times.
So once again, if you want to email us, send us your music, indepthradiouk@gmail.com.
And please follow us on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe on YouTube,
Yes.
Mixcloud, Soundcloud,
iTunes.
at Indepth Radio. Indepth Radio.
And Facebook if you care, but does anyone care about Facebook anymore?
I don't know, tell us, leave a comment now. Do you care about Facebook?
And leave the comment on our SoundCloud, that's easiest. We go through those all the time.
We do. They make us warm.
Right. Let's cut the highs, cut the lows out of that. Should we just leave the mids on?
Oh yeah. I like it.
Take those out as well. Right, into this. Something new from True Sick. Lodging up Alistair.
Very charming young man.
And this one's titled Truncated Kicks.
By the Pugilist.
Check it out. buffers popping on this one, eh?
Wow, beautiful.
Okay. Ip or up? Up next.
Ip brought up.
Ip next. We've got another new track on Tectonic.
Right. Do I need to play a siren? Because this isn't.
Do it.
Warning, warning. This is not 140.
How dare you?
We're having some fun up inside. We're having some fun up inside.
You playing with those effects?
Tweaking the knobs. That's the first knob I've ever tweaked, by the way.
Drinking your beer.
I've drunk it, it's gone.
You finished yours?
I know, mate, I drunk it before we'd even started recording. Ugh. So this one, TMSV, Funeral Bill. Big tune, this one.
And War is the label.
22. This is the A-side. Yeah, all the way back to 2018 Outlook. Remember playing back to back with Jay Kenzo and he dropped this. It was one of the moments where you like slap him on the back, like, "Oi!
What's that?
What's this?" Yeah, larging up TMSV.
Tell you what, that Outlook Festival lineup looks pretty beefy.
It does. They're missing 2 first-class acts though, aren't they, Lee?
I think we should still go.
Before you try test the road, boy, skill. Make sure you can pay your funeral bill. Them have it, send me merciless and who will. I'm in last commander informer. Rude boy, knocking tick when me a step up and crime. This me 8 o'clock, you get something after 9. Gun big, subtle little, I tell people time. Walk with 45 on the train line. I bet you them no put them foot over the line. And see if me no make curse reverse same time. This the bad boy and you're dead same time. But before you try test the road boy skill, make sure you can pay your funeral bill. Them a bit semi-merciless and cruel.
Absolutely
Inform
dangerous.
take out me sympathy and throw it off in yam. No heart, no dead from them till Sandokan. And they get to us when they murder not the Morgan. So I know you are disrespect wicked man. I know two PS come out of when me have in a me hand. And me no like it, you is a dead man. All the bad one, them weapon the program. Put up your gun and clean that bang that people boy. Before you try test the root boy skill, make sure you can pay your funeral bill. Them a bit semi-merciless and cruel. I mean I stop murder informer and but before you try test the root boy, make sure you can pay your funeral. Them a bit semi-merciless and cruel. I mean I stop murder informer. It's like certain guy a flip up, tell them keep calm. A gunshot cut me name string when me born. Me cut that to drink the blood lukewarm. This me and see a funeral now go on. One white like this would the wet the angel.
So on the next deck,
Next in line.
we got a track by you.
Yeah.
So before we play it, should we talk about it?
Yes. So I have an EP coming out on Chestplate on the 15th of February. I don't normally say February.
February?
Feb. I normally just say Feb.
All ready for Valentine's Day then? Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And yeah, it's entitled Awaken. The Awaken EP features 4 tracks. It is available to pre-order now at my Bandcamp, djdistance.bandcamp.com. And there's also like a very limited edition T-shirt. You can buy that with the vinyl for a nice little price. So yeah, head over, check it out, and big up all the DJs supporting it. This one is entitled Awaken.
Let's check it out. Have you saved me a T-shirt?
I'm gonna get some more
Extra
done
small, yeah?
for yeah.
Like
I'm gonna cut it short so your belly button shows. Good.
So what about artwork?
Oh yes, so Mr. Bayfield or the Burma Shave Construction. Yeah, so yeah, Bayfield,
Working his
our
magic.
good friend, worked his magic, pulled out a corker.
All freehand, right?
How was that?
Freehand?
Yeah,
Freehand
he drew it all. So yeah, go check out the artwork. It's quite special. And big up everyone who's already pre-ordered it. This one, Awaken.
So tell us more then. Is it a 4-tracker? Or?
Yeah, it's a 4-tracker. So you've got this track Awaken, and you've got Equate, Rotation, and Settling Scores. And it's a full artwork sleeve for the vinyl, and just one vinyl.
Nice. Chest plate 45.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I kind of feel like we should be more than that, but I don't know really. I only want to release stuff that I really like.
Yeah.
Not just have releases every
Quality
month.
over quantity.
Yeah.
I hear that.
But this year there's going to be a lot of chest plate releases. There's so many good artists about. So there should be a fair few releases this year. Yeah.
Look forward to that. I'm also looking forward to that t-shirt. Okay, up next, something. I was going to hit him up for some new Iridiums because I thought he's been quiet with me. And then all of a sudden, an email comes in. And that's happened about 2 or 3 times. So, we got man like Compa on this track.
All tight.
We got Will.
This one, Emergence. Wobbly.
This is a room shaker, this one.
Isn't it? Makes me feel nauseous.
I'm looking forward to this next one as well.
Oh yes.
Pinhead Warrior is the title.
Produced by Day Zero, a producer hailing from Japan. Is that the right word? Hailing? Is that what you say? Hailing from? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. track.
Big one. I'll type the Day Zero.
Pinhead Warrior is the title. Right, before we get into your secret track this week, we've got one more.
So, this is a tune, basically, by my Chestplate Brothers Turnian Sound. This one is called You Can Do, I Can Do. And this one absolutely bangs.
And this one is forthcoming on Gourmet Beats. Big up Joe Nice.
Out to Joe Nice. Check this one out. Right then, mate. You ready for this?
No, but it is 0-0.
True. So, yeah, secret track time.
Come on then, what you got for me?
Picked out something I think it's going to be quite difficult.
Oh, cheers.
But it was a big tune, so you should remember it. You should.
Ooh. Familiar, but not familiar, if that makes any sense.
Kinda.
Rings a bell, but I'm not confident enough to say who it is or what it is just yet.
It's got a killer snare.
You've done me on this. You've probably.
It's a bit unfair because it's a remix. Basically.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Let the valley change you.
Any ideas yet?
Familiar with the track? Yes. Probably played it? Yes. But do I know who made it? Any little?
So this was getting smashed on like One Extra on Radio 1. Kind of at the time when Magnetic Man were coming about.
Yeah.
Success everywhere for dubstep.
Yeah. Back in the heyday. Can I have a hint?
Well, so the producer used to produce drum and bass, or does produce drum and bass as well.
Breakage.
So
Yes. Right. I should have got that really. Alright, but you did help me out there. So, but now what's the title? Do you know what? I'm not going to get it. It's a big track. but I'm not gonna get the title.
But I don't think many people would. I think it's one of them ones where people are going to hear it and be like, oh man, what's this due? What's this due?
Do you know what? It might even be on one of the This Is Dubstep albums.
It might have been.
On that note, right? Well, This Is Dubstep 2012 was released on this day in 2012. Did you know that?
Wow.
That'll be 7 years ago.
Jesus.
The green one.
Wow.
Yep.
7 years.
Still feel young?
Yes.
So, come on then, I give up.
Right. It is... She just said it. Ain't Nobody. But the original is by Claire Maguire.
Yes.
This one, yeah, Ain't Nobody, Claire Maguire. The Breakage, I think it's called Suck It In Remix or Suck It Remix, something like that, because it's all crazy side chaining flexibles. Hold tight, the Breakage.
So for those of you listening, do me a favour, head over to our SoundCloud. Let me know if you would have got this, and be honest, because I've got no Google in my hand, only a microphone, and I didn't get it. So it's still 0-0.
Yep, indeed. Till
Series
next
2,
time.
0-0 and guess the track. Right, so that's us out.
Ciao for now.
We'll be back here for episode 3. Bye.
Bye.
Indepth Radio. Indepth Radio.